Hi, guys. Welcome to this week's episode of Control Plus Life Pod. I am very happy to be recording today. First of all, I'm very happy because an episode was supposed to go out last week. I already recorded an episode, but the audio was so bad, and I just had to let go of that episode. I might do a recap of that episode here, then get into what I was talking about today. But I don't know if you can notice the audio of today's episode. The audio is clear, is sounding good. Oh my god, I'm so happy because I got gifted this microphone and it just felt like a very needed thing because it came at a time where, like I said, last week episodes audio was bad, so it just felt very nice. I'm currently at home and my fan is on, and I don't think you can hear that noise. I feel very happy actually. How are you doing? How have your week been? It's been 2 weeks since I last saw you. And for those of you on YouTube, I like that I can respond to your comments. It's very nice and refreshing. For those of you on Spotify, I'm so sorry that you're unable to comment. Spotify didn't do great by taking out that feature, but it's just really nice that um I can see comments and respond to them. I just hope Spotify will reconsider reenacting that feature. Is reenacting such an unnecessary word now? I don't know, but yeah. Okay, yeah, so how are you doing? Let me know how you've been. You can write to me. You can reach out to me on Instagram, text me, just letting me know how your week has been. And every time you listen to the episode and repost, maybe on your story or anywhere you can tag me, please. I would like to see it. It's really nice. There's no page for our podcast yet. I don't know if we should have one, but just tag me at Prisatrum. All right. So, what was I saying? Last week's episode, I was just talking about my defense. I told you on the last episode that I was defending on Tuesday of that week, and my defense happened. It was quite good. At first, I felt really bad because I felt like, oh, I couldn't answer the questions, or they asked me some questions, and I just not some, just one question actually. And it wasn't even really related to my project, but I just felt bad because I felt like, oh, you need to know all the answers and you must get everything right. If not, it's going to affect your grade and stuff like that. So I felt really bad that he asked me a question I couldn't answer. But every other question relating to my project, I could answer. Even random questions too, I could answer. It was just that one thing that I couldn't answer. And my supervisor was like, oh no, you don't have to feel bad about it. You did pretty good. I'm proud of you. And it was really nice. She even hugged me. Funny thing, later in that week, I had a very emotional week actually. Later in that week, we hung out with my lecturers. They bought us lunch and we just, talked. We recounted our days in school and they advised us and prayed with us as we, journey into life outside school, and it was just very thoughtful and very nice of them to do that. Then what else happened? I think it was just a lot of last time with my lecturers, last time seeing my supervisor, last time submitting anything that has to do with projects, last time being in school, last day in Boa University. I think it was just me celebrating a lot of lasts, and I'm just grateful that that season of my life has come to an end. Now I'm back home. And if I'm to tell you how my time at home has been, because I came back on Tuesday, that's exactly a week after my defense. So I came back home on Tuesday and I've just pretty much been helping my mom out, spending some time with my family, also my church people, which is very great because I really love my church. If okay, now you guys don't know that because this podcast is new, but I really, really love my church. I don't know how to explain. It's just such a blessing being a part of that family, and getting to see them again was so good. I saw them on Wednesday, then I saw them, just a few of them on Wednesday, because Wednesday like midweek. Then I also saw a lot of them today. Today is Sunday. This episode will go out tomorrow, obviously. So I saw them today and everyone was just so excited to see me, and I felt like that was very heartwarming. They're like, "Oh my god, finally you're back! Are you back to stay?" It's just glad to have you around. And I think it was very nice because it just shows that these people genuinely care. And because when I was in school, some of them would reach out to me and be like, "Oh, we can't wait for you to be back." And them actually seeing me and being excited was very nice, to be honest. That was so cool, and I enjoyed service as always. Service was good. I feel like I looked good. This was makeup I had on, but with lip combo. Right now, I don't have lip combo. I should have redone it, but I am too lazy for that. I'm too lazy to redo it. But yeah, I've just been helping around the house a lot. And funny enough, before it used to feel very exhausting, like, oh my god, this is what I'm doing my time and all of that. But now it just feels like a blessing because just seeing the relief my mom feels by me, doing things around and helping out with my nephew just makes her happy. And by extension, it makes me happy as well. So yeah, that's pretty much been my week. How has your week been? Let me know. Or what do you hope to achieve this week? What will your week look like for those of you who already have your week planned out? For me, I think it will just be a lot of work behind the scenes and maybe a few applications because I saw some opportunities that I would like to apply for. And I think that's just what I'm going to spend my time doing. And also being in the moment, like spending time with family and all of that. I don't know yet if I'm hanging out with a friend, with any friend this week, but I guess I'll let you guys know if I did anything fun this week by the next episode. What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, last week I was talking about in last week's episode. I was talking about some millennial things that I really love as a Gen Z, and now I can't even remember some of them. Not like I can't remember. I just feel like, oh, is that what I want to talk about right now? I don't really know. But just to recap, since I'm recapping, I was saying that I really love how millennials take their time to learn a skill and stay at it until they are good at it, whether or not they love it, whether or not it makes them happy, whether or not it brings them pleasure in the moment or joy in the moment. They just really know how to stay. And that staying always end up leading to a point where they now genuinely love what they do. And I think it's something admirable because they might not be, I'm not trying to say they're not creative, but I think that we Gen Zs have an eye for creativity. We are so good. We literally notice details where people would usually not notice details. We know how to bring craziness and life and youth into everything that we do. It's just, I don't know how to explain. It just feels like the heart of Gen Z people are so young and gay and nice and like just very, very bubbly. And we just know how to see some potential and sort of like jump at it. And it's just like a firm when you see some things, maybe in their marketing or in their content creation or their storytelling, you just know when a Gen Z is in charge. But I think one thing that we miss a lot of the time is we miss staying sometimes. When we get bored, we tend to shift towards the next exciting thing. We tend to like, oh, this thing's no longer exciting, I'm leaving. And I feel like there will be seasons of life where things are not necessarily exciting, but it doesn't mean that they are bad for you. Sometimes it also doesn't mean that you should be there, right? But I just feel like sometimes with Gen Zs, it would be such a great balance if we can stay at some things sometimes, not just every time following your passion. Or of course you should follow your passion, but not just every time that, oh, if I'm not passionate about this thing right now, I'm not going to do it. It's just like when I started creating content, I used to feel very shy and I used to feel like I wasn't photogenic. I know, silly me. I used to feel like I wasn't photogenic, so everything camera I used to shy away from it. Even when I started creating content, it was very uncomfortable. But now I really, really enjoy creating content and I've become so good at it. If I didn't stay, if I felt like, oh, that's not something I'm naturally drawn to, I feel like I wouldn't be where I am now when it comes to creating content. And I just feel like I said, it's something Gen Z, I can't even speak. It's something we Gen Z should learn. It would just be a very nice balance, honestly. Yep, yep, yep. Then you guys, something has been happening this week, right? And see, I'm not one to talk about trends or all of those. I don't really know because I started a Twitter page on X account, and I've been seeing things that I did not ask to see. Whether I'm following them or not, like things just keep popping on my it's TL, that's what they call it, I guess. And it's just wild, like with the whole last week Ulodo Rising thing and people just talking about the whole Olodo Rising. And I just felt like, oh my god, it became um irritating at some point because I just felt like everybody, not everybody, certain people, specific people just built their content the whole of the week around that. Like it was just so annoying. People that maybe read books and maybe they are book bloggers, is that what you call them now? They just had to write about Olodo uprising, another person, like just people doing different things. And in my head, I was just like, oh, can we just let it be already? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get the whole gist around it. Like you can decide to drop your two piece or whatever, or talk about it with your friends and all of that. Because I did talk about it with my friends. You can do that, but you don't need to make all your content about that. Apart from that, my TL is kind of nice because I selected things I was interested in. So I think I selected books, fashion, some things, facts, self development, I guess. So is my tier currently is very healthy, and I'm not following lots of people. I'm just following three people. I have three followers as well. So, and I don't even mind it because I'm like, it's safe. So let me just stay where I am. Once in a while, I'll drop drop a thought and run away, that kind of thing. But yeah, yeah. What I want to share this week, I genuinely don't know exactly what I want to share. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this is what I'm going to share because I don't think of these things before coming to record. Why? Because I want it to be as natural as possible. I don't want it to feel very scripted, like, oh, I just want to share what I've already thought about. And I mean, this is like a gist corner, so they just took the lights. This video is going to be dark. That's for YouTube people. But for Spotify guys, like you guys don't really care because you already don't see my face. But anyway, I guess I'll just continue like that. And I think it's something I always say how important it is not to overburden yourself with figuring your life out. Genuinely, I don't think there's a point in life where you feel like your life has been figured out. I also don't think there'll be times where maybe when you're 50 and you've achieved so much, you'll be like, oh, I've achieved everything that I've set out to achieve. So my life is good now. Because I think your goals, our goals are such that they keep changing and they keep evolving. It's the kind of thing where I was speaking with my friend and I was telling her that I don't necessarily do this 10 years plan. 10, what do you want to achieve in the next 10 years? What do you want to achieve in the next 5 years? Like all those long term like goals like that. Yes, I can have an idea of who I want to be and a picture of who I want to be in the next 10 years, but I don't necessarily make that, oh, that's my goal and this is what it is. I always try to make shorter goals. Of course, the long term goals will be like the big picture, and then the shorter goals will just be the ones that I'm chasing time to time. So I would have like in a year, I might have yearly goals, but within the yearly goals, I have quarterly goals, and within the quarterly goals, I have monthly goals. Within the monthly goals, I have weekly goals. Within the weekly goals, I have things that are non negotiables for my day. You see, I did not say daily goals because I think sometimes that can be unrealistic. So I have non negotiables. So let's say in a day, there are three things I must do. So what are the three things that I must do? Let's say this week. I said, oh, this week, just like I said, I'm going to apply for some opportunities. So daily, what are the things I must do? For one of my non-negotiables is that when I wake up in the morning or in my day, I must pray, because for me, it just helps me to kind of grounds me. It puts things in perspective for me as a person. So that is one of my non-negotiable. Since I'm going to be applying, some of these applications take hours. So I'm going to say maybe I'll devote 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, as the case may be, just researching on this article, on this opportunity, or filling the application form. So now that's another non-negotiable for my day. Maybe my third non-negotiable is something that has to do with my health. Maybe I'm unfit and I want to keep fit. I'm going to take a walk. So that will be my non-negotiable of the day. So it's just that kind of thing where you, by the end of the week, when you're reviewing your week, you can see that, oh, this and this and this, I've achieved this consistently. I've built, excuse me, consistently abuse these habits, and it has essentially given me the things that I want to see in my week. Do you get that? And then when you have weekly goals like that, it just essentially adds up to the monthly goals. And then for the monthly goals as well, it all adds up to the quarterly goals. And all I'm just trying to say in essence is that when you make tiny, tiny, tiny goals like that, it adds up. So all I'm trying to say is that when you burden yourself with, oh, in the next 5 years, I want to, let's say for example, own a house. Now you say you're going to have saved, okay, that one is moved too far. Let's say by the end of this year, I want to have 10 million naira saved. Now you did not split that into quarterly goals that, oh, in a quarter that means I'm going to be saving 2.5 million, and if I'm saving 2.5 million in a quarter, monthly this is what it will amount to. If you don't state out goals clearly like that, you just miss out, and by the time you say, oh, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, month one will pass, month two, month three, quarter one, quarter two, and you've still not achieved that thing that you set out to achieve. So all I'm trying to say is that as you go, especially as we, try to navigate life, burdening yourself with all the things that you want to achieve will not help you. What will actually help you is taking one step at a time and one day at a time to get to where you want to go to. I was listening to Blessing Abeng years ago, and it's something that has stuck with me. And this has been, I'm not even, maybe like 3 years ago or so, and she said something. She said, every day when you wake up, think of something. Say, what can I do to move from point A to point A, point one? But the problem is that most times we are trying to look for what can take us from point A to point B straight up. And sometimes life is not black and white like that. There are gray areas. And what if point A to point B is not linear? What if it's not like a straight line? A straight line. What if it's curved? What then will you do? You have to find a way to move. Just find what's one thing that you do daily to move you closer to your goal, as opposed to what you do daily to move you to exactly your goal. So I think that's like what I want to emphasize this week. And I just want your heart to be on it this week. Try to think on it this week that, oh, instead of trying to figure my life out altogether, how can I move from this point to a point that is at least closer to my goal when compared to where I am today, if you get that kind of thing. So I think that's like what I want us to do this week. So when we're walking this week, we'll think of it, oh, yeah, I want to walk 10,000 steps. Now, you know that if you say you want to walk the 10,000 steps at once, that would be a lot. Okay, can I split this? Do 2,500 in the morning. When I do that, bits and bits within the day, maybe I'll take like 30 minutes to walk, bits and bits like that. By the end of the day, you realize that, oh, I've actually walked 10,000 or more. But if you're waiting till evening where you do your evening jog, now you'll be very exhausted. Okay, what if you had a long day and you're now unable to walk? Now it will lead you to a place of frustration where you're like, oh my God, I didn't achieve my daily goal. Meanwhile, if you are just taking it one step at a time and bit by bit, you would have eventually achieved it. So I think that's just what I'm trying to say this week. And also how that this week, when you fall or when you falter, because sometimes we don't always meet our goals, right? But when you fall, try to pick yourself back up. It's just like what my pastor was preaching in church today, and he was saying that it's only like if you give up, then you've lost it. But if you are very tenacious, you're somebody that never gives up, good things will see eventually come. And he said something also about enthusiasm and seeing how that enthusiasm leads to a lot of things. Like it sort of like helps opportunities get to you if you're very enthusiastic. But if you're so laid back and so like nonchalant about life, obviously like opportunities will not exactly come to you. And that's what some people call luck when you think about it. Because now they're like, oh, this person was just lucky. But to be fair, was it really luck? Some of them, yes, sometimes you were not prepared for that opportunity. But just the fact that you're one out there, putting yourself out there, or two, willing to learn can also give you an advantage, if you get what I'm saying. So I just think that try your best. I know that that was a digression, and now I'm coming back right to the point of not giving up. Try your best not to give up. When you fall, pick up yourself and just move. Like try your best to keep moving. Do not give up. It's something I was telling a friend yesterday. I was telling her that if you think you cannot do it, then you've already failed. There is no point fighting. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your fight. It's not worth your energy. If you think from the start that you've already been defeated, then there's no point going into battle. But if you know that, oh, this can work, I can achieve this goal, I can achieve this feat, then you will achieve that feat. If you get what I'm saying. So it's really dark now and it's getting really dark. We're losing daylight. So I don't think I want to keep talking for so long. That's basically what I'm saying. So as you go in this week, just remember that's one, you're not allowed to give up. Two, keep your enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic about life. There is something to look forward to. Nigeria is bad. Nigeria is bad. That's what everybody keeps saying. But still, in Nigeria, people are getting opportunities. So try to be enthusiastic about life. Try to look for the silver lining. Don't be a wasteful person. And I'm not saying it from a point of ignorance. I'm not trying to be insensitive because if you know me, I say it a bit, like I say it a lot, how melancholic I am. And it's something that I'm trusting, God to help me navigate and just navigate is the word actually. So I am a very melancholic person. So I'm not trying to say, oh, don't be wistful from a point of insensitivity, but just try to look for the silver lining, try to look for the good thing. And you must know that it's what I said in the last episode. You don't want to have a better life than God wants you to have a better life. Do you get what I'm saying? Like his wishes for you are far more than you can think, ask, or even imagine. So you have to know that your life will eventually make sense and you just have to keep trying. You get yeah. So going to this week with energy. There's something that Koreans used to say in their movie. I'm not a Korean K drama person, don't worry. But like I know they used to say fighting. So yeah, that's what I'm saying to you as you go into this week. All right, take good care of yourself. Don't forget to let me know how you're doing and how your week was in the past 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, but Jesus loves you more. And I will see you in the next episode of CTRO plus Life Pod. Share this video with a friend or two, 100. Who knows? Let's get it. Bye. So, who approved this version of adulthood? When you find out, please let me know. Anyway, this is where we laugh, overthink, ask hard questions, and figure life out together with an awareness of God. I am Praise Achon, and this is Control Plus Life Pod.